Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to go over some things that I learned while I was in the Air Force, and just my experience as being an airman in the Air Force, right? Basically. So I just retired. I don't know if I just said that, but anyways, I served a long time in the military, and I had been in since a teenager, basically. So there's some things that I did not know that I should have known, but at the same time, there's no way I could have known it because I was a child when I entered the service. Like my parents, they had to sign me up. Anyway, so I have 11 things, typed out, but we'll see how it goes. So I don't want to take all your time, but here we are. So number one, things that I learned in the Air Force. Relationship is everything. Like, I'm the type of person that likes to stay to herself, likes to get things done by herself because I get things done efficiently and on time by myself. But I have learned that your work can speak for you. It can get you in the room, but your name carries weight. Like, people actually have to know who you are. They have to know things about you in order for you to actually go far. And I'm not saying I didn't go far in the military, but I could have went further if I valued relationships. So, not to say that you can't do things on your own, but there's sometimes you will actually have to bite your ego and let a lot of things go in order to keep that relationship solid. So I didn't really bite my ego. I let people know how I felt. Going into number two, I said, cuss people out or speak to get your point across and don't hold nothing in. 100%. You don't have to cuss nobody out, but let people know you're not the one or two, because people like to run over people. They like to see who they can manipulate, and especially in the military, because it's a very dog eat dog. It's very competitive. So you don't have to cuss them out, but let people know, like, I'm standing my ground. I respect your standpoint, but respect mine too. Okay, number three. Ooh, go work out so you can stay sexy. Okay. This is no lie. Like, of course we have PT tests. For me, I've only ever taken PT tests every once a year. Okay, because I think I did try to stay fit. But it's good for your mental health. Number one, it's good so you can stay fit and have endurance when it comes to, oh, let's go ahead and run 3 miles today. Yeah, I did a lot of that when I was doing Army support. A lot of it. I do like to run, so it didn't really bother me. But it is important to stay fit, I think, really, because it's this. And also, you do want to feel sexy. Not just like with your uniform on, but with your uniform off. Like, I'm not saying you're going to be super skinny, having abs, because I don't have no abs either. But I do want to be healthy. I want to live a long life. I want to look like this when I'm in my casket. So try to work out, whatever it is, do it. So now that I'm retired, I got to get into my workout regime. And I think I want to go for a walk tomorrow. I haven't ran in a long time, honey, but I got to get back on it because I'm trying to stay sexy, preserve my sexy, right? And like I said, you don't have to do it to stay sexy. It just can be for your mental health, a stress reliever. It's really important to sweat, because if you don't, you may end up cussing somebody out, like I did. Okay, number 4, talk your feelings out and cry or go to therapy, counseling, or coaching. I am an advocate for that because for me, I felt like since it was so competitive in my career field, I didn't have a lot of people I could talk to that worked by me day in and day out. And some people that I did talk to, they can only give me some certain information from their limitations, even though I cherished it. But sometimes you need someone that maybe is older than you, from a different viewpoint, from a different stance in life, to give you advice, or even just to hear you out, because they can give you different perspectives. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. A different perspective, and help you see things from a different vantage point. Because when you're always looking at things from your vantage point, I promise you're going to lose. Because people see you for who you are, and then they see you for who you're not. And you want to convince people of otherwise if it's something negative. Or sometimes, like for me, I didn't care what you thought. I'm going to walk around here, be a big dog and do my thing. and keep it moving, you know. So I'm not saying that's the best way to be, but that's how I performed. But anyways, I am a person that doesn't really, or didn't really show a lot of emotion, didn't really tell people how I really felt when it came to internal like feelings. I can tell you where to go and how to get there, but me actually showing emotion, it didn't happen at work. I didn't cry at work. I don't think that's a place to do that at anyways, but I do know women that have done that and they use their tears as a weapon, which is something that I would never have done. And a lot of women that I talk to that look like me or persons of color know not to behave that way, because once you cry at work, people are going to think you're a crybaby and think that's what they're going to think, that you use your tears to get your way instead of actually using your prowess and your smarts to get your way. So anyways, if you can cry, maybe do it with your counselor, or maybe even your supervisor behind closed doors. I kept tissues in my office because people did cry. And it wasn't just women, it was men too, because we all go through hard times and sometimes it really gets to us. So it's okay to cry. It's okay to find someone to talk to. You don't have to be perfect all the time. And I'm saying that for myself, to people that think it's not okay to talk about your issues. Because if you don't let it out, it's going to overtake you and your body is going to show signs and you're going to end up having a panic attack or anxiety attack or into a deep depression because you didn't get that stuff out of you. All right, number 5. People will hate on you because you're excellent. Now, okay, one of the core values in the Air Force is excellence in all we do. Let me tell you, it's like 10% of people in the military and the Air Force that actually stand on that 10 toes down. Most people, they don't care about service before self, excellence in all we do, and what's the other one? Something. Okay, I forgot. But either way, those two ones, it means absolutely nothing. People forgot their core values, right? I forgot it too, apparently. But I was standing on them, okay? There was something else. But anyways, this third one, I forgot. But what it was, I was standing on that too. But anyways, I'm saying, if you have a spirit of excellence, people will definitely see you as a target and see you as competition. Even when you're just doing something for yourself or at a level that you only know how to operate at, people will not like you for that. People want to feel comfortable around people who are average Joes. And there's a lot of average Joes in the military, but there's also a lot of people that walk with a big stick. There's also a lot of people that know the rules and stand by it. And there's people that are just, they try to put their best foot forward every day. That's about 10% people in the Air Force. I'm not saying they're 90% don't go in and out of that. They don't waver in and out of that. But excellence every day is going to be about 10% of people that really try to reach for that. And you may not reach excellence every day, but if you would try to attain it, you're going to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So, but people will hate you for wanting to have a spirit of excellence or actually being excellent or a consistent award winner. Yo, you just put a target on your forehead. And the thing is, you are doing what you're supposed to be doing to win awards. Yes. But people are going to think that you're a kiss ass or good at tissues, or that they don't want to put in because they know you're going to win. And especially if you have a person like me, I'm like, you need to put in because I actually need some stiff competition. But anyways, 6, people will hate on you because you're pretty, and they come in thinking everyone was a guy or ugly, and they're big mad that you got pretty privilege. That's one of the realest things that I learned in the Air Force. People will not automatically like you because you're cute. People will not automatically appreciate you because you put time and effort into your appearance. They will think that you're doing it to catch a man's attention. They would think that you're doing it to be the prettiest, when really that was the spirit of excellence that your mother and your father instilled in you as a human being, is to take care of yourself aesthetically. And I'm not saying you gotta wear makeup and everything, but when you come around stunting, looking sharp in your uniform, haircut looking nice, hair in a bun looking nice, or a ponytail looking nice, they're gonna be clocking you, and they're gonna be like, okay, she or he is doing their thing, but I don't like it because they're making us look bad. They're not gonna like you if you got that pretty privilege or handsome privilege. Trust me, they even I know like pretty boys in the Air Force that other men I've heard talk about them, and it really is like this person is actually a really nice person. He takes pride in himself. He likes to have a nice sharp haircut every week. Why aren't you doing that? Because you look busted, crusted, disgusted too. Okay. Number 7. Ooh. Know people, but only keep a few around you. So for me, I am not really a close person with a lot of people. And I don't think I knew a lot of people, but a lot of people knew me because I have one of those names that just stand out, that I'm the only person that has this name. And when you hear it or see it, you know that they're talking about me. So I think a lot of people knew who I was, who I didn't know. But your impression is everything, right? Relationships is everything. So just know your name can go into a room before you, okay? But it doesn't mean that you have to be buddy-buddy with everyone. Just be respectful. And even in times where you have done your best part, been respectful, and people don't like you, then they really can kick rocks and they really need to go to counseling, okay? Ooh, yes. Number 8, don't tell your business to no one. Keep that with God because they can and will use that against you, period. In the times that I thought that I should show some emotion to get close to my peers, it was used against me every time. So from that point on, I put a barrier onto myself. I'm like, you're not gonna get no information on me. How about read them AFIs, okay? Or I can, regurgitate this AFI for you and get out my face, So that's not the best way to be. But listen, like, people will try to run a game on you, try to play you, and use your emotions as a weakness, which is why I never cried at work, right? And I didn't tell people how I really felt, because why? Just come in here and do your job. Like, you really ain't no competition for me. So if you go tell someone my business or tell a lie, they're gonna come back, they're gonna look at me, they're gonna watch me and be like, this person lied on Precious. And that has happened many times to me. Like, I judged you for something that I heard, and then after I got to know you, I knew it wasn't the truth. So either that could be a good thing or a bad thing, because when people lie on your name or try to reveal something about someone really that's none of no one else's business, and they actually they put trust in you and you failed them, that person is either cast in a certain light, but also that person is looked at and they are either like, the person that they were told about the information will come down from their level and get to know this person and realize this person is a human being and they didn't make a bad mistake, or they are just a human being with emotions. Like, don't try to paint this person in a negative light because you suck in life. Okay, number 9, go do what you love and use your leave, okay? Now, based on when I was stationed at, I really didn't have to use leave, or I was using it because I don't like people at work, right? Because I'm not the type of person who likes to work Monday through Friday. I don't like seeing the same people day in, day out, because people want to know your business. They want to get in your business. They want to be your best friend. And really, for me, I did mess up some I could tell there's people who wanted to really get to know me on a deeper level, and I had that barrier up because I don't trust people initially, especially if I see them behave in a way that I see with my eyes that I don't want to be associated with. So I kept my distance. I think that burned me. I know that burned me because over time, when you got it, let's say you're stationed at an overseas location and you got a D-Rouse and you are stuck there for 2 or 3 years, and you're going to be with those people for 2 or 3 years, you have to make the best out of it. You can also not trust somebody, but still be able to talk to them, right? And that was hard for me to do because I'm just like, why would I ever really trust you and talk to you like you my friend when I know you would stab me in my back as soon as you had the opportunity to? So what I'm saying is, you can see someone for who they are, but still be able to remove your emotions from it and be able to work with these people because you're going to have to, right? With that being said, do what you love. If that means you're going skating, if that means you're going kayaking, if that means you're reading a book or taking hikes or going on walks, do that. And if that means you need to take leave to leave the country or take leave to just not be at work, do that. Don't feel ashamed for taking care of yourself. And for me, that was always mental health. For me, that was always going to see my family, getting the HE double hockey stick out of where I was stationed at. And I'm not saying I was stationed at bad places, because I had some really, really good assignments. But the people that I work with, they can kick rocks with open-toe sandals. So do you, baby, okay? Number 10, travel and see the world. So you can't say you missed out on an opportunity. I was blessed enough to be stationed overseas multiple times, multiple years in a row consecutively. And I do think I should have done more traveling, but at the same time, I was afraid to, or I didn't have no one to go with. And then I got to a point where I'm just going to go to Paris by myself, honey. And when I did, I had a ball, or just, I went to a lot of places once I got out of my emotions of I'm doing it by myself and just did it. And I had a really good time. And it was nice to be in a nice hotel and eat foreign food and see the world that's not America, okay? Or even see pieces and places of America that you are not used to seeing. Like, it's a privilege to be able to do that. So make sure, if you can, definitely travel, see the world, or see your state, see your country. Like for me, I love going to museums. So I try to find museums in the place that I'm at, because I am like a nerd for history and American history and African American history, and I want to never forget. So that's something that I will travel to do. Okay. 11, last one. Love your family and the ones that love you. Be kind to the ones that don't. Because guess what? Their opinions don't matter anyways. You want to talk bad about me, you can kick rocks and suck on a penis. It doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter anyway. I can treat you with respect, and now I know who you really are, so I know I'm keeping my eye on you because you're fugazi. But at the same time, I'm appreciative for my family, the ones that love me, the women that have came into my life that became really good friends, and men too, the people that I went into relationships with or even had falling out with. I say I count it all joy, basically. It's not easy when you're going through a hard time, but if you can look at it from a different lens and different perspective and know, like, this had to happen for me to get to where I'm at, it's always going to be a good thing in the end. So anyways, these are the 11 things that I learned in the Air Force that really made me who I am and had me experience the Air Force the way that I did. So if I could go back and change anything, I wouldn't. But if I could be more friendlier to people that I knew I couldn't trust because their opinion actually did matter in the grand scheme of things, I would have done that. And I still would have felt like I could have been true to myself by not really fooling with these people, but respecting their rank, respecting what they do bring to the table, instead of being in my feelings and holding things against them like grudges and stuff, because they're actually a nasty human being. So I wouldn't say that was a bad thing that I did, but it didn't serve me for me letting my enemies know that I didn't like them. Period. Yeah, sometimes, like the Bible verse says, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. That's the real deal, Holyfield. Like, you got to keep an eye on them suckers, okay? Because they are going to be the ones gunning for you. And sometimes, if you're not really keeping an eye on them, you don't know when they're coming. So, I had to learn that too. Anyways, let me know what you think. If you have any tidbits on stuff that I need to learn after the Air Force, let me know. So, thank you for listening.